This is Anderson Penn's podcast, episode 356 for Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. This is Brian.
This is Lisa.
Good morning.
You know, it's a good thing we don't have outtakes.
We should, really should have outtakes. There's been some really great ones. But did you know in the news, I just want to catch up with the latest news.
I read more of the news than you do.
I read different things.
Okay.
So the murder hornets kind of came and then we didn't hear anything about them, but they're back now. Remember these murder hornets that were out in the western?
Creepy.
They're creepy. They have now developed a SWAT team and they're going to set up a sting operation for the murder hornets.
Ba-dum-tish.
Okay. That way, it was not the best joke ever. It sounded better in my head.
They usually do. Wow. You know, when we started getting ready for the podcast, we decided that we didn't really have that much to talk about. But then as we kept
There's a lot of things.
finding things, we do.
Right.
So,
Hit the first couple.
Should
we do the first thing first?
What's first thing first?
Well, the first thing is always the first thing. The third thing on the list.
So the first thing's the third thing.
Yes.
All right. So the Retro 51 30th anniversary. This was the first time that Retro 51 allowed every retailer to announce it to the public before we knew how many we were getting. Normally the process is they contact us, they say, here's a cool new thing, order by a certain date.
If you're interested.
Do not talk about it until a different date, and then you can talk about it once we all know how many we're getting. This time, they said, you can just talk about it. I really think that was a mistake.
Yeah, it was not the smoothest launch of any.
Because as soon as everybody announced it, some people hadn't even placed their orders with Retro yet. And so customers are looking for it. And I just think that it was not the smoothest rollout.
But it happened, you know.
It did.
It's, you know,
it was a little...
Retro's allowed to make a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to blame Retro or George or anything like that. But
it was a little confusing because there was also 1,951 pens total, and no one was entirely sure what the breakdown was because there was ballpoint, pencil, and the fountain pen. So I just think that maybe wasn't a little clear. So customers were really unhappy that some people were pre-selling before they knew their allocation.
Right.
And so different companies were selling out or starting and stopping to sell. And I just think that unfortunately the customer was, in general, customers were frustrated. So I'm hoping that they go back to the old way and just tell us as a retailer first so we can get it ready. And then once we know, then, you know, some people pre-sell, some don't. We like to make sure that I
want to make sure I physically have them in my hand and something like that because we do occasionally receive packages that are damaged and, you know, products damaged. So
it just wasn't the smoothest rollout. And there was nothing anybody could really do once everybody started to talk about it.
Yeah, and they're sold out in 10 minutes. So that was that. There are no more. Let's move on.
All right.
Montblanc. New colors. I didn't bring any of them here.
I know. Montblanc has come out with a number of new ink colors. They have the blue palette. So a lot of the Egyptian blue, the Chinese blue, the lapis lazuli, the ultramarine. I'm forgetting one.
Maya
blue. The manganese orange.
So they had those are in the 50 ml bottles or the 30 ml bottles. And then there are, the manganese orange is in the 60 ml shoe bottle.
Right. So the manganese orange, the cool gray, and the Modena red.
And amethyst purple.
Oh, yeah.
The amethyst purple. Yeah.
Which is different than the lavender purple.
Yes, and these are not replacements. So Modena red is not replacing corn poppy.
Right.
This just happens to be the first new 60 ml color since corn poppy.
Right.
Like 5 years ago.
Right.
So
some of these are limited. Grab them while we have them. And because distribution with Montblanc is complicated. So
And there are a couple new 50 mil colors we have in stock. We've got Homer, Rudyard Kipling, and
Hadrian.
How much Hadrian? So,
Yep.
Pretty bunch
colors.
of new Montblanc colors.
Yep. So grab them.
This one. What is this here on our table?
We have had our own Anderson pens logoed Yovo nibs for years, and we have just restocked them. And what used to be a two-tone gold-plated steel nib is now a single-tone.
This is really a good looking nib.
Gold nib. So we do have some two tones left in broad 1.1 and 1.5.
Those aren't going away anytime soon.
No, we still have more of those.
I think we have on the medium.
2.
We literally have 2 left. So if two tones your thing.
We have two-tone mediums left.
Yeah,
Grab
and
them.
then we're moving over to the single tone. But this is really a good looking nib. I like it. I do like the logo on it. I'm biased, of course, but I just like the way everything is laid out. It's good looking nib, and you can put it on your Conklins, you can put it on your Edisons, you can put it on your Frank and Christophs, you can put it on Esterbrook's, the new Estes, all sorts of pens.
Anything that takes a number 6 Yovo nib.
Yep. Pull it out. This will fit on your Penlux Masterpiece Grandes. Even.
Nice.
You pull them out.
So we've got extra fine, fine, and mediums have been restocked in the silver and in the gold.
It's weird. It was just those 6 nibs in both colors
that sold out.
Really completely sold out.
Yeah. Extra fine and fine were long gone.
I would have expected the 1.1s to be
I think
more
we ordered
popular.
more of those.
We might have.
So,
That maybe that
anyway.
explains it. So anyway, new nibs back, and that's great because the extra fines have been out for
a while.
and we have to order a large,
in big batches.
a really big batch. So that's why it's not as easy to just say, well, we're just gonna order 100 extra fines
nibs,
this week. It doesn't work that
work.
way. So we're happy to have them back. And again, if you're interested in the medium, in a two-tone,
Grab it now. There are 2.
and that'll be that. So what else is next?
Let's skip down to TWSBI.
Skip to TWSBI.
All right,
There's 2 things.
TWSBI, the ALR in Prussian blue.
Prussian blue.
We just received notification that there will be another batch.
Which I'm confused because I thought
That was it.
that was it. And yesterday they said there's more coming out.
Okay, well,
So I've got the order in.
awesome.
All nibs, extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and 1.1.
Beautiful.
I may take one of them for myself.
I think you should. Sorry.
It's really a neat blue.
It's a pretty color.
It's a pretty color.
Pretty color.
So
I like this better than when they had the blue years ago.
the blue was nice. I remember the blue. I regretted not getting it.
Yes, you did.
But I like this color better, and it has that ribbed metal section.
Yep.
That the other ones didn't.
And this is a tiny bit more teal or a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It's just
it's
different
interesting.
color.
It's really interesting color. I like it a lot. But they're coming end of the month. We'll definitely let everybody know. It was just as surprised as everybody else that it's coming back. So that and what's new?
TWSBI is coming out with. I should have read this more carefully. I am truly sorry. Is it the Eco?
You got a 50% chance of getting this right.
It's an Eco. Eco?
Vamp till ready. let me look
Let's
it up
just
here.
go with cement gray. So TWSBI is coming out with
Eco.
an Eco. Thank you. Just leave that flub in there. An Eco in cement gray looks really cool. We will have it up on the site.
Kind of like an off matte pale white.
It's kind of funky.
Different color, yeah.
Kind of funky. But the Eco is such a great pen. It's a great value. Piston fill.
You could easily collect these and then have, and I know a lot of people do, is I have one is a Bay State blue pen,
Right.
one is a red pen, one is a green,
Right.
da 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 da. There's just so many to collect, and they're under $30.
Great value.
So, but yeah, cement gray and Prussian blue coming end of the month.
The cement gray will be shipping. We are not allowed to ship it until August 7th.
Okay.
You can pre-sell it, which I don't know that we will, but as
Probably
of
not.
the 25th.
Yep.
So anyway, that'll be on the site.
So new TWSBI coming. That's great. The Prussian blue. I'm so stoked.
know,
I'm
you
so
want one.
stoked. I'm gonna grab one. It's a cool pen.
Are you more stoked about that, or are you more stoked about what we did last night?
Nice segue. Nice segue.
I gotta save. I gotta redeem myself.
You gotta redeem yourself.
Well, with the
So yeah, well, this is really, what's the occasion?
my birthday.
Your birthday is Lisa's birthday is next week
So how come you get a pen for my birthday?
because it's a gift to know you and be with you.
What?
It's just a gift.
So then why do you need another gift?
So what did you grab?
I have been eyeing this for a long time.
Solid color.
This
that
is
pen.
the Visconti Van Gogh, the Wheatfield under Thunderclouds. And I have looked at this. All right, let's just stop here and just say I've drooled over this.
This is a good pen.
Ever since it came out. We had this in Chicago before Christmas, and I almost got one then, and I decided no, because there was a customer who was just dying to have it. I've wanted one for months and months and months. And
This is maybe the best looking Van Gogh? Visconti Van Gogh.
you know,
there
the
is.
shoes was gorgeous.
The shoes was great. It
I did
was
love
kind
the
of-
pollard willows.
Yeah.
Everyone.
They were kind of, some of those were kind of flat colors. The shoes was great. It was a really interesting, but
They all are different in their own way.
yes, but this
one just talked to me.
it's happy.
I did like the orchard and blossom too,
Yes,
but that was just a little too light for me. I like
This is-
darker colors.
What are the colors in here?
Blue and green and
like a
light blue.
Turquoise.
Yeah,
and
it's just
there's
super
some
pretty.
white in there.
Yeah.
It's really
So last night we went to the store, and my birthday is next week. So I guess this is my birthday pen.
yeah. What did you get? Fine nib.
I got a fine
fine
nib
nib?
because I am a big fine nib person.
Okay.
I love that it posts. I'm a big poster. If it doesn't post, better being a blogger. If a pen doesn't post, it's a deal breaker for me.
Are you gonna do the My Pen system, or are you just gonna leave the little Visconti coin on top?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I might get one of those natural stones for it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll do the Zodiac. I'll put a Leo on there.
Okay.
That would be
That
cool.
would be neat. It's a good color. That's really a solid color. Every time I see one of those come out, I do like to look at them because the green and the variants in the green and the white and the blue, really an attractive pen. Nice addition to the collection. So I'm glad you finally got it and showed up.
Yes.
I mean,
The metal section is probably the only thing I would love to have them change, but there's such a smooth transition between
Yes.
the metal and the resin that you really don't feel it.
yeah, because it's magnetic.
Yes.
There are no threads to worry about.
Right,
So
which is nice because I
Yeah.
hate it when threads dig into your finger. So I'm super excited.
good looking pen. It's going to be a tester, right? Use it for testing.
No,
Yes, we use it for testing.
no. This is going to stay in my pen
Yes,
case
but
at
if
home.
somebody wants to try it out,
Then they'll have to come here.
taking appointments after 5:30,
There you go.
Appleton, Wisconsin.
So, Brian,
Well, this
how
is
come I get a pen and you get a much more expensive pen?
this is no surprise to anybody because we've been
They-
talking about this for 2 weeks.
I know. I am grateful you just finally picked a damn pen.
Well, you know what happened.
Yeah, I do know what happened.
So
you can't make a decision.
yesterday we're in the store. Nice gentleman, local gentleman comes in and says, "I want to try out a Homo Sapiens." And I'm thinking, great. And Dave's working with him, and in the end he picks one out. He said, "Well, just out of curiosity, which one did you pick?" Because he was trying the fine and the medium. He says, "Well, I tried the fine." I looked at it, I'm like, "Man, that's solid. It's really good." And right then and there I made my decision. And then I forgot to get the pen, and we had to go back last night to get it. But Homo Sapiens,
Yep.
this is the Crystal Dream.
Brian's dream.
I won't call it Dream, but that seems a little bit over the top. This is a great pen, though. This is the first Visconti pen that I've seriously wanted in... When did we become a dealer?
No, that's not true. You've really
There's been
liked a number of the limiteds.
The limiteds, yes. The London Fog was great. The Crystal was nice.
This is the first one you were willing to actually
pony up for.
Spend money.
Yes,
I mean, we buy them all. We own them all.
We own them all. But I really, the 18 karat nib really kind of put me over the top. We used to have the Wall Street limited edition with a 23 karat palladium nib, which was great. It's just, for me, it was a little bit too soft.
Lighten up.
A little. That should have been the joke. And I like the 18 karat nib. Now the 18 karat nib has a little bit of, just a tiny bit of spring to it, so it's responsive, but I like the nib better than the palladium.
Okay.
And wow, ink window, that's super awesome. 2-stage power reservoir filler here, so you can see the visualated section, 18 karat nib. It's just the whole thing about this pen is just beautiful. I love it. I'm totally stoked, and I haven't inked it up yet.
What are you going to put in it?
I'm going to start with Visconti Bordeaux.
Okay. I haven't picked an ink yet.
But
you've got some Visconti blue, right?
I do have some blue, yep.
There we go.
But I went with the fine nib because the Viscontis typically have a tendency to run a smidge broader.
Okay.
So the fine nib actually really, really nice. It's a little bit on the fine side, but I didn't want anything too broad. For this, because I want to be able to use this pen every day and not have to worry about it. But my very first Homo Sapiens.
Nice.
It's just such a beautiful pen. We'll do a review on it and go through it.
Why this over the regular lava bronze?
You know,
is it the ink window?
It's the ink window. And a couple of years ago, there were a couple of prototypes floating around on the web, and people were talking about how great it would be if you could get the Homo Sapiens with an ink window, because it's a cool pen, but you can't, it's got a cool filling system, but you can't see how much ink is in there.
Right.
So people were floating that around. I thought, man, that's a really great idea. Put an ink window, put something so you can see how much ink is in here.
Right.
When they came out with the pen, I said, that's it. 18 karat nib, big ink window, vacuum filler, 2-stage.
But even though we've got a store, 2 stores, and you can have anything you want, you still agonized over which one.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah, I mean, we've been collecting pens and I actually, for those people who don't know who we are, we've been collecting pens for 23 years. So
wow, that's actually how we met.
We still go through the same process that everybody else goes through, just because we can go to the shelf and pull it off, and it's slightly easier. How long was it? 3 weeks we've been talking about this.
Yeah. I'm just so grateful you picked one.
So,
but I don't like piston pens. I'm lazy.
That's weird.
I'm lazy. I don't need that much ink, and they're just
you
harder
don't have to fill
clean.
it up all the way. You can fill it up half.
I know, but you still have to clean it.
Well,
I like pens that are easy to clean.
Just hand it to me. Here.
I clean my own pens.
She does.
I have my own ultrasonic
in the kitchen, no less, by the sink.
Well, we had to bring it back from Chicago.
Well, yes.
So, yeah, in the kitchen.
So.
But I like pens of a certain size. I like a fine nib. It has to talk to me either weight or girth or both. And, I think a lot of people go through the same process. I think a lot of people see a pen and they're like, oh, that's nice, but I don't like this, or I wish it had this, or whatever. And I think that I don't know, maybe it's important, maybe it's just interesting that no matter, we could have any pen we want, and we still go through that same process.
Well, I have a thing that I go through whenever I want to make an expensive purchase. I do like to sleep on it, and if I wake up the next morning and it's still a good idea, or the next week, and I keep thinking about it, then that's when I feel good that I can make that purchase.
What's my saying?
Shut up and buy it.
When we're at a show or debating on something, my wifely comment is usually, buy the one you're going to whine about the most if you don't get it.
Yeah, she usually doesn't use the word wine, but try to keep that
Family friendly.
family friendly. Yeah, which one are you going to whine the least about?
The most about.
The most about.
Yeah. Well, ladies, you know that when you go shopping
I should have bought that.
and you decide not to buy something, and you go back, they don't have it in your size or your color anymore. So
Yep.
pens are sometimes the same. There are limited runs of certain things. Things get discontinued, and often retailers don't know. Not every vendor is great about telling retailers when something's discontinued. I'm not saying snap it up as soon as you get your paycheck, but some pens go out much more quickly.
Yeah.
This one, I'm super excited.
I'm glad you got that, because every time I saw one of those, I thought that would be a good pen for you. It's happy, it's refreshing, it's
I love
invigorating.
the magnetic.
Yeah, and you can make all this noise that Justin has to
He can leave that in there.
filter out.
It makes me happy.
So anyway, yeah. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday to me.
Yours was last month.
I know.
What did you get last month? You got a pen last month,
Did I
didn't
get a
you?
pen month? I didn't get a pen last month.
I think you did. Anyway,
What else we got? Anything else? Is that covered?
new inks, new pens. Do we have anything else coming in? Just, this time of year is traditionally slow anyway in retail. And then, of course, with COVID, you still have some distributors that are taking longer to ship. So a lot of it's restock right now.
We should mention Hobonichi is around the corner.
Oh,
so we
yes.
have confirmed our order with Hobonichi this year. And some interesting things. Of course, every year they change up the covers.
Yep.
And due to enormous response last year, cousins, lots more cousins this year.
My favorite size.
I may try a cousin this year.
Okay. Do you want to play with mine now?
No.
Okay.
I'm still working on the detail.
We're not allowed to talk about some of the new covers yet, but some are pretty cool.
Yeah, some are nice. It's a nice selection this year.
Last year was a good selection.
Last year was good. I like this year's selection better. I think it's a little more versatile. So I think some people are going to like some of the options. And then this will be our biggest Hobonichi order ever. So
yes,
that'll be exciting. What else you got?
I think that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for more talk about pens, ink, and paper, and Lisa's birthday.
Follow the blog for news, ink reviews, all sorts of other things, including updated store hours in Appleton. We are still currently open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30. And it'll be that way probably for at least another couple weeks.
Yeah, closed on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes.
So, check us out. Social media is Anderson Pens, and like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Our store in Chicago is still closed. We don't know when it'll reopen, just waiting for the hotel to contact us and say that they're open.
We'll let you know here first.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.